Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful time off if you had the chance to take some holidays. And welcome back to my channel. Today, as for pretty much any other practice, you don't need anything besides yourself and your mat. So let's go and get started. We're going to start off in child's pose, so you can just follow me there. Knees can be wide apart or together. And then your arms can reach forward, forehead comes down to the mat. And just take a moment here to close your eyes, to eliminate all external distractions and just hone your attention into your breath and to your body. So starting to pay attention to how you're feeling today, whether it's the morning or the middle of the day, wherever you are. Taking a moment to release the day or the night that just passed and to ground yourself here in the present moment. And a good way to always do that is by focusing on your breath. Your breath is an anchor that is always in the present. And notice the slight opening in your hips, the length of your spine. And start to deepen your breath, breathing in and out of your nose. And during each inhale, finding a little bit more space inside your body. And with each exhale, letting go of any thought, any feeling that does not belong in this moment. And let's take about 3 to 5 more breaths here. And for this practice today, I would like you to set the intention of simply being present, of being fully aware and connected to yourself, and to move with intention. And hopefully you can take this intention with you throughout the new year, moving with purpose, with thought, with intention. And on your next inhale, let's slowly make our way up to tabletop position, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees, and just start to move in any way that feels good. And tucking and untucking the tailbone, moving the hips side to side, rounding the spine, opening up the chest. Just moving, wiggling around with no specific structure, just anything that feels good, following your intuition. Let's slowly come back through center. So finding a neutral spine. And then we're just going to tuck the toes and lift the knees off the mat, coming into plank pose. So building a little bit of fire in the body. Feel the weight on your wrist and maybe start to rock back and forth just to stretch out the wrist slightly. Also awakening the body a little bit more. And as you rock forward, make sure you're pressing down into the mat with all 10 finger pads. And the next time your shoulders come over your wrists, pause here. Let's lower all the way down to the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Untuck your toes. Bring your fingertips to the outsides of the mat. Point your elbows up. Inhale, lifting from the upper back. Lift your chest. Open up the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower back down. And again, inhale to lift. Exhale, lower back down. One more inhale. Exhale to lower. Now reaching your arms back, lift your legs, locust pose. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, squeeze the triceps, lift your arms up higher. Good. 3 more breaths here. Your whole body feeling super strong. And then on your next exhale, release your whole body down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. High plank on your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull back and up through the tailbone. On your exhale, let's ripple forward, high plank, 1 vertebra at a time, rounding your spine. Inhale, bend the knees slightly, pull back through the tailbone, open up the chest, downward facing dog. 2 more. Exhale, come high up onto the toes, ripple forward, high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. And once again, exhale. Inhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg rises. Pause here for a moment, maybe roll out your right ankle. Make sure your hips stay squared, and then switch directions of the rotations. It's okay if your left knee is a little bit bent for now, it's still early in the practice. On your next exhale, right knee to left elbow. Pause here. And then tap your right knee to your right wrist. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. And then step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Move around here. Again, opening up the hips, getting a little bit more length in your legs, more space. And from here, we're going to step forward into a low boat. So the right arm reaches forward, kick your left leg through, sit down, extend your right leg forward. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into low boat, hold. Reach your arms over your head and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. High boat, come up, cross your shins, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale here, exhale, lower all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Baby cobra, lift your chest. Exhale, lower the chest back down, tuck the toes, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take your time to move around here, maybe bending and straightening the legs. And then on your next inhale, the left leg rises, hold. Maybe roll out your left ankle in one direction. Again, make sure you're not opening up the left hip, and then switch directions. Look towards the top of your mat. On your next exhale, left knee to right elbow, moving slow. And hold. Now bring your left knee to your left elbow. 3-legged dog as you send it back. And then step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. And once your left foot touches the ground, start to move around, protecting your hips by squeezing your glutes always. Good. Finding stillness, left arm reaches forward, kick your right leg through, come down to a seat and then low boat, exhale. Inhale, high boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, low boat. And then let's tuck and come down. for 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can roll back and then cross the shins, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale here, exhale, lower all the way down for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Now let's press into the hands, come into upward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the chest, squeeze the glutes, opening up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, you can move around or just find stillness. Now let's take one more breath here, reconnecting to your ujjayi. On your next inhale, the right leg rises. Inhale here, exhale, right knee to nose. And then let's just tap the right knee to the floor for 5. Inhale to nose. Exhale to floor for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop the right knee down, extend your left leg back, and reach your right arm forward. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your right hand down on the mat, come into modified side plank. Left arm reaches up to the sky. A little bit of a wobble there, and hold. On your next exhale, let's bend the left knee, left hand holds onto the left ankle, and just open up the chest, stretching out the chest, the shoulders, and the front of the core. And next inhale, extend your left leg back, left arm up. Exhale, look down, bring your left hand, left foot back down to the mat. Step into high plank. Inhale here, exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, your left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, lift it up nice and high, and then tap the floor and lift. Keep your left heel tucked into your glutes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your left knee down, right leg kicks back, left arm reaches forward. Inhale here, exhale, knee to nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your exhale, the left hand comes down to the mat, open up to the side, modified side plank, and hold. Kick through your right heel, reach up through the right fingertips. On your next exhale, bend your right knee, right hand can reach for the right ankle and open up your heart. Next inhale, kick your right leg back, right arm up. And then exhale, right hand, right foot, find the floor, step back, high plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left elbow, and now right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. The right arm reaches up to the sky, and then let's come onto the outer blades of the feet. So the outer blades of both feet, and they're both pointing towards the right. Reach your right arm over your right ear. Find a long, straight line. Keep the hips nice and lifted. And on your next exhale, let's bend the left knee. Place the left knee down on the mat. And then sit down. Allow your right foot to slide more to the right. Coming into shoelace pose. The right knee is stacked over the left. Inhale here, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold forward. And so deep stretch in the outer hips. Try to keep your navel squeezing in, keeping the sit bones grounded on the mat. On your next inhale, let's slowly straighten the spine. Now we're going to use the hands to lift the hips off the mat. Turn 180 degrees until you're in Prasarita, facing the left side of your mat. And then you can fold forward. If your head easily finds the floor, maybe walk your feet a little bit closer together. Toes are slightly pointing in, heels are slightly pointing out. Add 2 more breaths here. Core remains engaged. On your next inhale, take a halfway lift. Look towards the top of your mat. Come into a lunge. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Reach the arms above your head. Both knees can be slightly bent to protect the lower back. And hold. Maybe look diagonally up towards the ceiling. Feel strong here in this pose. Find your stability. On your next exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Left hand stays planted. Let's come into side plank. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Bend your right knee. Right foot taps the floor, but keep your toes untucked. So try not to put any weight in your foot. Just keep it here. Squeeze your hamstrings, squeeze your glutes. Good. From here, right knee lifts up into the right shoulder, and then step your right foot to the top of the mat again. Let's step towards the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And moving slow with intention. Step or float back, high plank, and then your vinyasa, lowering halfway or all the way down. And you can always use your knees to assist. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then step your left foot between your hands. Left arm reaches up, And then let's come onto the outer blades of both feet. Both toes are pointing to the left. Left arm reaches over your left ear. And hold. Stay really strong in your glutes, really strong legs. On your next exhale, let's bend the right knee, slowly sit down. Shoelace pose. If you need to readjust, you can lift the hips. Inhale to straighten the spine. Exhale to fold. Forehead can rest on the knees or chin on the knees, whatever feels comfortable. And make sure you are still active in your core. 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, let's lift. Use your hands, press into the mat, lift the hips, and then turn 180 degrees until you're facing the right side of your mat. Toes are slightly pointed in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On your next inhale, halfway lift, look towards the top of your mat. Pivot the feet, plant the right hand. Let's come into side plank. Left arm reaches up, bend your left knee, and just tap the floor behind you without putting any weight into that foot if possible. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring your left knee up into your left shoulder, and then step your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. And on your next exhale, both fingertips come down to the floor. Let's step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. High mountain, rise up, inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank or float, and then your vinyasa, lowering halfway or all the way down. On your next inhale, let's come high up onto the toes, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. High mountain, rise up with a flat back. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step or jump back, your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, come high up onto the toes. Look between your hands, bend the knees, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step back, high plank, your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Last time, inhale, coming high up onto the toes, look between your hands, bend your knees, step or jump. Halfway lift, top of the mat. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step back, high plank, your vinyasa. And come all the way back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. In your downward facing dog, engage your core. Keep lifting your hips up and back. Keep squeezing the navel in. And then make sure your shoulders are pushing into the mat. So you're lifting your shoulders a little bit towards your ears. You're not trying to pull them into the sockets and away from your ears. And on your next exhale, let's bring the elbows down to the floor. So internally rotate the eyes of your elbows, so the inside part, so that it's looking to the top of the mat. And then see if you can maybe drop your elbows down at the same time. Hands can stay separate, or you can interlace your hands for Dolphin Pose, or maybe bringing the hands into prayer, whatever works for you. Here, see if you can walk your feet a little closer to your elbows and hold. Let's bring the right foot a little bit closer to center. Lift your left leg up high. Let's come high up onto the right toes and then lower the heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your left foot. Lift your right leg up high. Come onto the left toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to Dolphin Pose. Now you can either stay here or maybe find the balance. And slowly come down if you aren't already. And then let's drop the knees on the floor, coming into Child's Pose. Hands can come by your feet. Two more breaths here. Now let's lift the chest. We're going to take a little camel pose. You can stay on your knees. You can keep your toes untucked or you can tuck them. Hands at your lower back. Knees can be nice and close together or a little further apart to make it a little easier. Squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward. Let's lift the chest and really squeeze those shoulder blades together as if they wanted to touch behind your back. You can stay here. If you feel like you have enough support in your back muscles, you can lower your hands, making sure that you keep lifting your chest. So we're not really looking for a deep back bend here. We're looking to lift the heart. Now let's take 3 more breaths here. Keep squeezing your glutes. Keep pressing the hips forward. And then one hand at a time on your lower back. Let's lift the chest. And then just sit down on your heels for a moment. Hands can rest in your lap. Close your eyes. Notice the immediate after effects of the shape. Let all the sensations sink into your body. And we're slowly going to make our way back to our last downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the hips up nice and high. Allowing this to feel really good, like a nice stretch. Maybe shaking out your head, pulsing your chest down towards the floor, whatever feels good. I invite you to find some movement. We're going to step or float to the top of your mat. Feel free to find a handstand if you want to go there, whatever's in your practice. And we will land our feet in between our hands. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Now let's bend the knees a lot and one vertebra at a time. Just roll up to high mountain, reaching the arms above your head. Take the deepest inhale you possibly can, and then exhale, we're going to sigh it out and fold forward. So deep breath in, and exhale, release. 2 more. Bend the knees, inhale, roll up, reach the arms above your head. Exhale, let it go. And really just sigh it out. Encourage your body to let go by making movements. Inhale 1 last time. Exhale, release. All right, let's take a halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees. You can use your hands behind you if you need support, and we're coming all the way down to the mat. Let's extend the legs out in front of us, remove the flesh away from the sit bones. Take a deep breath in, press into the mat with the palms of your hands and pull your shoulders down. Lift through the crown of the head, engage your core, keeping this length in the upper body. Exhale, fold forward. And keep squeezing your navel back towards your spine, reaching your chest forward. Keep pulling the toes towards your face. 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, straighten your spine again. Bring your hands just behind your hips, point your toes, and then let's lift the hips up high, reverse plank. And hold for 5. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to support your back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. You can bend your knees, extend your arms out in front of you, and then 1 vertebra at a time, come all the way down to the mat. Let's keep the knees bent, constructive rest. And just take a moment to let your body weight arrive on the mat. Allowing yourself to settle here. Now we're going to bring both knees into the chest. Squeeze them in nice and tight. Keep your tailbone and shoulders grounded on the mat. And then let's keep the right knee in, extend your left leg long. And from here, we're just going to pull the right knee over to the left. Right arm can extend out to the right. On your next inhale, come back through center. Let's bring both knees into the chest. Keep your left knee in, extend the right leg. And then let's pull that left knee over to the right. Left arm extends out to the left. On your next inhale, come back through center. Let's bring both knees into the chest. And then we're just going to lift the forehead up to the knees. And give yourself a big tight squeeze, a big hug. Take a deep breath in, hold your breath and squeeze as hard as you can. And then exhale, let it go. Let's come into Shavasana, extending the legs out in front of us, the arms alongside the body. Take a deep, full breath in. And then on your exhale, sigh it out. And 1 more, just to encourage the body to let go. Deep breath in. And sigh it out. And allow yourself to relax completely. Notice how your body feels. Notice if you can feel the energy, the movement coursing through you. Maybe tingling in the tips of your fingers. Maybe some buzzing sensations in your hands or in your feet. trying to witness with the utmost curiosity. And most importantly, just staying here in stillness. Even if you don't feel all these sensations in the beginning, that's completely okay. Maybe your mind is busy. So just try to remain present. And you'll see the more and more you practice to stay here and to observe, the easier it will come to you, the more you will feel. But like any other asana, like any other pose, it takes a lot of time, a lot of practice and patience. So just give yourself the patience and the grace and the compassion that you deserve here. You also deserve a break. You deserve to rest. It's not always about working. The rest is just as important. You can slowly start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. And deepen your breath. Just taking your time to move here in whatever way feels good, maybe stretching it out. You can then bend your knees and roll onto whichever side you prefer. Just taking a moment here to reset, to prepare yourself to come out of Shavasana. And when you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed. Maybe resting your hands on your knees, and again, just observing your body, observing your emotional being, your spiritual self, however you feel right now, emotionally, physically. And I invite you on your next inhale to reach your arms above your head. And then exhale, bringing your hands to your heart space. Finding a moment of gratitude towards yourself, towards your practice, towards living here on this beautiful earth for another year. And as you go forth into the rest of your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you very much for joining me for class today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a moment after the class right now, it is a really good time to maybe grab a journal, write down some intentions that you want to set for your new year, things that you want to manifest. I highly encourage doing that now if you feel like it. And if you enjoyed the class, please consider giving it a like and subscribing if you haven't already. I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.